Good morning and welcome to Rising and happy Labor Day. We've got a great show for you today. Hope you're enjoying the holiday, but we are toiling in the salt mines because we are just so dedicated to our craft of morning television commentary.
This is a Labor Day treat for all of our viewers. We're so excited to be here with you guys because what better way to celebrate our country than to be in the middle of the nation's headquarters.
And what an odd coincidence. We just happen to be wearing the same clothes we were wearing last week. We'll just leave that.
Well, we have to talk about
explained.
this. We have to talk about the fact that Robby has a few suits in rotations and I have a heart attack in my wardrobe on a weekly basis.
Yeah?
So it must be pleasant to be a guy. I thought about maybe just getting some blue suits.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, you wear almost something different every day.
Yeah, I gotta chill. Or get a
small
subscription
number
to
of-
one of those.
I need more ties. I think the tie is what stands out in the male wardrobe. We can't, and also, by the way, no more white. Is that the thing after Labor Day?
Yeah, no white after Labor Day, but you can
I
wear
can't
off-white.
follow these rules.
Okay, well, just
They're
do
silly
you.
to me.
I'm going to get you a pink tie, and then we'll be good to go. So coming up on Rising, Niall joins us with what's ahead for Democrats when they return from recess.
And we'll also talk about what's next for Republicans with our very own Amber Duke. The other rising host will be here in studio. That's exciting.
And how white-collar jobs might not be the only ones in danger because of AI. But first, as always, we're starting with a Labor Day Robby's Radar.
You might remember the social media throwdown between Elon Musk and Donald Trump back in June. Vice President JD Vance spoke about it with the Gateway pundit last month, saying that Musk made a critical error and the relationship may still be on the rocks. Take a listen.
He's obviously got a complicated relationship right now with the Trump White House. I really think it's a mistake for him to try to break from the president.
Now, you'll remember that messy breakup between the world's richest and most powerful men began with Musk. On June 3rd, he posted to X, quote, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is just a disgusting abomination." Now, of course, he was referring to the One Big Beautiful Bill, which Trump signed into law just a month later.
Musk continued his online barrage of Trump and his allies for the next 2 days over their support of the bill, with Trump saying in the Oval Office he was, quote, "very disappointed in Elon."
Very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem, and he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate.
But it all came to a head when Musk claimed he won the election for Trump and then capped it off with such ingratitude, and just hours later posted time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump Twitter account, Donald Trump, is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they've not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT.
Low blow. Now, that bombshell allegation prompting a months-long firestorm over the Epstein file and the administration's conspicuous refusal to release them. Now, during the feud and in the months since, many on the right have urged the two to make amends. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, posted while this was going on, "Bros, please, no, we love you both so much." And billionaire investor Bill Ackman posting, "I support Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and they should make peace for the benefit of our great country. We are much stronger together than apart." The big question is that many have been asking about this fallout is, what does this mean for Musk's future in politics?
JD Vance seems to have an answer for him. Take a listen.
My argument to Elon is, like, you're not going to be on the left, right? Even if you wanted to be, and he doesn't, they're not going to have you back. That ship has sailed. My hope is that just kind of cools down a little bit, because he did help us a lot in the election. The president even says
It was great.
all his frustration, Elon was a very, very critical part of the team last election. And so my hope is by the midterms, things are kind of back to normal.
Yeah, I bet JD Vance hopes that. And I think that is exactly what's going to happen. There was some reporting recently that, remember, Elon was pitching a third party, his own third party, the America Party.
Yes.
Which I was urging him, if you're going to go the third party route, which is something I support, you should just build up the Libertarian Party because they already have an infrastructure, they already have ballot access. Doing it yourself is difficult and expensive and time consuming. Obviously, he has the money, it can be done, but why rebuild the mousetrap when there's already one available? Build a better mousetrap. I think that's the metaphor. Anyway, those plans apparently on hold because he's considering just backing JD Vance for 2028. Now, I think that's probably what will happen. JD Vance is pretty savvy at managing relations. are possibly better at it even than Trump is. I have no doubt JD Vance can successfully manage Elon Musk and like lure him back into Team MAGA. So I fully expect that's what will happen.
Well, I think that it's so interesting the way that President Trump treats anybody else who has the nerve or audacity to kind of come at him in a way, and not even in a way, because Elon Musk went pretty far trying to accuse him of some egregious acts, saying, look at the Epstein files.
Yeah, Trump didn't go that far. Elon went far.
I know. So
Yeah.
the Trump's behavior towards Elon, I'm saying, is, absurdly calm. And the only thing I can, the only thing that I can manage and why JD Vance is like, yeah, I hope he comes back on our team is because everybody knows that if Elon Musk goes forward with saying, oh yes, I want to start my own party that's not Republican or Democrat, he has the opportunity to be like another Ross Perot, who obviously didn't win the election in 1992, but he took away 19% of the vote. And why that's significant is because the 19% of that vote, if he does garner that much attention, is largely going to come from the Republican Party. So why I think that they both walked on eggshells and trying to figure out how to appease him and not tarnish this relationship and cut every single government contract and just make an example out of him, like we know this administration has no problem doing, is because Elon Musk has way more power and access to those same voters who liked some of his policies, liked what he did with Doge, and maybe agree that Trump did lean into some bureaucracy by pushing the big, beautiful bill forward. And so this could really be a disaster. So I think it behooves everybody to try to make sure that he's not on your bad side. I don't know that Elon Musk is the one, which has been so interesting because it doesn't look like there's anybody that's significantly affected Trump in this way to make him like, oh, let me think about it before I say it. But in this instance, he is very mild-mannered, which has been eyebrow-raising to me because it must be that he...
Yeah, and 19% of the vote, you don't need to peel off 19%. You can change the course of history. You can influence who wins the election with half a percentage point of the vote or less if it's coming from the 3 or however many key battleground states for the next election. It's a small number of voters who decide it. So in theory, a third party could make a difference, particularly if they narrowly focus on Michigan and Pennsylvania. Now, that said, third parties are having a rougher and rougher go of it. The Libertarian Party, for instance, actually underperformed last time relative to its previous cycles. I think that's for a variety of reasons, including that at the higher up level, some leadership of the Libertarian Party was actually kind of backing Trump in exchange for getting certain libertarian goals, a libertarian in the cabinet. I'm not sure who counts as our libertarian in the cabinet, and also the pardoning of Ross Ulbricht, which is a big issue for the Libertarian Party. So they exchanged their tacit support for something they wanted to get, which is fine. But I think Elon is going to be on Team Vance when push comes to shove. I don't know how active he'll be in the midterms, but by 2028, I bet he'll be backing Vance. And then what will be interesting is if Vance then changes. I think he's in line with Elon on the foreign policy, but where it really comes, the difference between Elon and other contingents of the MAGA coalition is on economic policy. Elon hates the tariffs. Right. He's fine with deporting criminals, but he wants an immigration policy that allows, H-1B visas, the high-skilled Indian, Asian.
Which he clashed with MAGA about a ton on that.
Yeah, so that's going to be the question: is does Vance ease up on those policies? Because I think Vance believes in them even more strongly than Trump does.
Right.
That's going to be the interesting.
And you seem really confident saying that he's going to back Vance, but I just feel like he doesn't know what he's going to do because when he goes from tucking tail, leaving Washington, and kind of saying, "I will never commit that much money that I committed to President Trump's campaign ever again in life," he goes as kind of like the bad guy where everything fell, even though a lot of Republicans wanted these policies to pass that Doge passed, but then he was the fall guy, and then he leaves with a Tesla stocks plunging. It's like a lot on the table for him to even get involved in that way. So I guess we'll have to just watch and see how he feels.
He seems to have an unhealthy obsession with American politics. On some level, I wish he would just spend all his time, money, and effort building rocket ships and getting us that colony on the moon or Mars or wherever. Next up on Rising, Amber Duke is joining us to discuss Republican priorities when they return from August recess. We'll be right back.